Hello. Sorry, we on? We live?
Yeah, we're alive. The only dysfunctioning thing is my camera.
Right. Welcome back to the Dice Droppings game of Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game. Welcome back. So, quick thing, as you can see, experiencing a few technical difficulties.
I tried.
Apparently, all the new updates.
Just a little.
Roll20, it tries so hard.
We've tried a couple options. Nothing decided to work for us between, and we'll hopefully find a solution soon. But if not, we'll get there.
Yep, it's a thing. But welcome back. Hello, all my players. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
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 I'm
yeah?
armed with a margarita. All will be well.
Nice.
We'll get there. Drink some wine. So, last time we set out on the road to King's Landing, looking to go to that big old royal tournament.
Yeah.
Found some dead bodies.
Avenged said dead bodies.
Possibly.
Awesome.
We're never gonna know, are we?
No, we won't.
No, you won't.
Why is that?
None were taken alive to question.
Yep. But hopefully you guys will get some information soon. But yeah, so before we kind of start getting into things, anyone has any questions, comments, concerns?
No, I don't think so. The only one that I had asked between last session and this one was whether or not we took the passive house action thing, which I heard we did. So I added that to the stat block that we have pinned in our communal chatty thing. So I updated that, so we're all accurate.
Cool. All right. Excuse me. All right. So, yeah, we can kind of just get into it. We are now well outside of the Reach, and we are fully in the Crown Lands. On the road, there hasn't been a lot of travel. A good amount. Some people going the opposite way, but not much. You guys have been kind of the only ones on the road for a little bit. That happens even on popular roads. There's huge stretches of land, so it's just going to be like a lot of times. If everyone's keeping a similar pace and left at different areas with similar times, you're not going to run into a ton. So, however, as you guys are on the road this day, it's basically it would be basically a day after the previous session's events. The group had to camp. It was uncomfortable, but for our more noble people, but it was necessary. Unfortunately, there was some delays due to Nymora's injuries and the like that couldn't be avoided. But again, Nymora is resting. She's patched up.
Rose.
Yep. You're patched up. You've got good amount of bandages there. But Thorsten has forbidden you from horseback. Otherwise, we're just gonna have to keep stopping and keep opening up everything and all that good stuff. So basically, you are riding with the carriage driver, the one who is driving the supply carriage.
Okay.
Him and the boy who helps him. So you've just been, there. How do you feel about that, Namori? Are you grumbly about it?
I am silently resentful.
Silently towards the situation.
Towards the situation.
And Thorsten.
I've mentioned, but I think I've said before, I like have a ton of respect for Thorsten because it's like it's very much two opposing sides, whereas Nymora doesn't know how to heal people. It's all a mystery. But she's trying to
people.
yeah, I'm real good at poking holes in people, but I'm trying to keep myself occupied by teaching the driver's boy some knife tricks.
Some knife tricks.
Yeah.
Doing that like I have all
yeah,
my fingers.
cool.
Thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. The kid definitely is like, yeah, let me try, and just slices his finger open.
No.
It just
doesn't allow him to do it.
Yeah, you try to grab it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy driving is like, don't.
Child, no.
Yeah, and he would like fully grab for the blade, and the driver like just beats him on the top of the head real hard, and he goes, "The boy is an idiot. Don't don't mind yourself."
Oh, there goes my
I
entertainment.
wonder why.
You can of course keep showing him the trick, but the first time he's like, "I want to try," and like literally tries to grip the blade.
No,
you can pull it away, of course.
How old is this boy?
Oh, he's like 9.
Oh, so he's
just
an
just
idiot.
dumb. Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
He's just
poor
the-
baby.
It may or may not have
There's a
been
reason
with
he's
the
an
hits on the
apprentice,
head.
like hauler.
Mhm.
You know, he has a career ahead of him of lifting boxes and putting those boxes in other places that they weren't where before.
Yeah, we lift things up and we put them down.
Yep.
It's a good game.
Mhm.
I'll switch from knife tricks to like oh gosh, just general dexterity stuff with like stones.
Oh yeah, balancing, juggling.
Yeah,
all that good
balancing, juggling.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
stuff. Oh yeah, no, he's immensely entertained. The driver seems
I do the
almost
juggling before
embittered
sitting
by the
watching.
fact that the child is having fun. He's just like, the carriage driver is a very like humorless, sour man.
Is it raining? Is that also part of this? Because it was raining
A little
before.
bit.
Okay.
So the rain has let up today. Still overcast, but it is not raining today.
So it's just dreary.
It's just dreary. Humidity is very high.
It's just wet. Awesome.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
My hair's
That's fun.
All the
so
females'
frizzy.
hairs are all
Oh god. Yeah.
I mean, everybody's hair is frizzy. However, those at the front of the caravan, the ones who are uninjured, we have noticed two of your men who had been, riding ahead, sort of report to you, Tedric. Kind of goes, there's a murder ahead. He's referring to, of course, crows, not
Yeah.
a murder. I mean, with crows, maybe a murder.
It very well could be. Crows are very smart.
I roll my eyes.
Uh-huh.
All right, take me to it. I look to John.
Well, he goes,
So-
well, I mean, you can look in the sky and you
Yeah.
can see a huge flock of crows.
You talking like the birds level of crows, or like not like just like a small...
I mean, no, it's like a normal wind.
It's a murder of a murmurous murder.
Yeah, it's a large group of crows. No, not like the skies have darkened.
It's
but
not a
just, you know,
Hitchcock film.
in
like how,
one
How
section.
much like Tippy Hedren do we feel right now? Like I was like, oh god.
No, not very. Yeah, no. Once it's pointed out, it was a bit in the distance, but as you're coming up on it, it'll probably become a little more obvious as you turn a bend. But yeah, it's mostly like you're kind of into a small hilly area. There's not a ton of trees right now. It's just a little hilly.
Hilly
Yeah,
belly.
Yeah, but he's just like, what should we do? It looks like they're near the road from the sign of it.
All right. John.
Okay, looks up.
Slow up the carriages a bit.
Like right away, sir. Yeah.
Henrik?
Yes, sorry. Yes, Father.
You, me, and these men, we're going to ride ahead.
All right.
All right. So, let's see. Who would you be with? Probably not Micah.
Oh, yeah.
The 6 guards you had named were Jean,
Write them
Micah, Kale, Cord, Larrick, and Jaren.
Yeah, probably. We'll say Larrick and Cord are probably with you.
Yeah, they're two of my better fighters.
Yeah. Well, the others have different jobs. Like, I believe, Vivian, you claimed Micah, right? Yeah, Micah's the guy who's supposed to watch your wife.
And who wouldn't? No.
I mean...
All right, yeah. So Larrick and Cord, yeah, they're definitely good men. Yeah, so they'll ride ahead with you. You, of course, leading the way. And kind of you go around the corner. It's not too far ahead. It looks like so you kind of get in the middle of the road. You start to see something in the road, and you come up. You see what looks like a butchered corpse of a horse.
Like it's deliberately done?
What do you mean deliberately?
Like somebody went straight up and just killed the horse?
I mean, the horse didn't commit suicide, probably.
It looks like bloody and kind of...
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's because of it's been dead and things have eaten it, or if it looks like a person did it.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it looks like it looks like. Well, yeah. Let's see here.
I think that would
like,
be a survival.
Yeah, because would it be like an animal or a person?
No. So what it would be like a knowledge or healing test.
Knowing what I know about horses, it may very well have committed suicide. They're not right animals.
Right, but suicide implies intention to kill themselves.
I know.
Right? Horses just kill themselves because they're stupid. My favorite, like all these horses be like, oh my god, they're such intelligent, beautiful creatures. I'm like, no, they're not. They're the dumbest things you'll ever meet in the goddamn life.
I think a chicken might beat it, but it's close.
Oh, yes. No,
Chickens
yes.
remember a time when they were dinosaurs, though. That's the difference. Horses don't remember shit.
This is very true. All right, Tijik. So if you want to, Tijik or Henrik, since you were there, you can make a knowledge or healing test, your choice.
I guess I'd also like to see if there's any remnants on it that look like someone owned it, like a saddle or like a horse blanket that's thrown to the side.
It currently doesn't have anything like that. It does have a bit though.
Okay.
But no saddle or anything on it. So, yeah. Both of you would yes. This does look like this horse was intentionally killed by what looks like possibly a blade of some kind, like someone just hit it with a sword, stabbed it with a sword.
Mm-hmm.
You also see looks like a place where someone ripped an arrow free from it. From what you can guess is someone downed it with an arrow and finished it with a blade. So they didn't leave it there to die. They for sure just killed it.
Well, that's a kindness at least.
Some way, yeah. However, there are you do notice tracks. Kind of like it might have come from the side of the road. Tracks are a lot easier to see right at the moment because it's kind of hasn't. it's rained recently, but not raining
And
now.
it's still got some good mud going.
Yeah, so it looks like you can see where it's come from. It's off the road a bit ways into the trees. Well, not trees, but it looks like over a hill essentially, and between two. It's like
All right. Can I find any tracks from somebody that wasn't on horseback?
on this road. Yes, hundreds.
I'm talking about around the horse.
Oh, around the horse. Well, the thing is, there's lots of just foot traffic things from over time. You're trying to find something recent.
Yeah, but
Then
more fresh.
so then you can roll survival tracking if you want to.
All right.
Even like other
Here's
fresh
hoping.
No,
No.
no, it looks like a mess. The horse, there's just horse prints and just mud spread around, and you're just like, I don't know. It's not really your forte.
Mm-hmm.
But it does look like over this small ridge, that is where the crows are sort of gathering in the sky.
Over the hill where the tracks were leading.
Yeah.
Over the hills and far
Yeah.
away.
We see where the tracks lead. Feeling
Now a
it.
sing-along.
Yeah, we don't have the rights
Congratulations.
to that, guys. All right.
All right, Deidre.
Yeah, I guess I'll go back up to the road. I'll hold up my hand.
You are on the road.
Yeah, well, I'll hold up my hand for John to stop the carriage.
All right, ladies. Once again, the carriage is stopping.
Oh man.
For the 400th time.
So just slight kind of throwback. It's
Yeah.
me, Vivienne, Jennifer, and Constance in here,
And Clarissa.
and Clarissa.
And
Okay.
Kevin.
Oh wait,
And Kyle
Kyle?
Flowers
Kyle and Thorsten.
and Thorsten. Okay, so there's 6 of us.
No, Thorsten is not in there. No.
Oh, no?
Person's on the supply wagon.
He's on the supply wagon.
Yeah,
He's riding
because
in the
Nymora
passenger
is
area
her.
of
He is
where
there
Nymora
too.
is.
He's
Okay.
watching me to make sure that I don't do something
Yeah,
stupid.
so-
So it's
yeah,
probably
yes.
wise.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it's the
Thorsten's with-
four ladies and Kyle Flowers. Got it.
Thorsten is is basically got his own setup back there doing his own thing. He basically has his travel writing desk, with a cage full of like 5 crows.
Yeah.
is it covered wagon? Because I'm
And
trying
about
to picture
50
it.
bucks.
God.
It's
5
covered, yeah.
crows or 5 ravens?
5
Birds.
5 ravens.
Ravens.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's got birds in a cage.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no.
you
It,
ravens.
I think the only thing is like maybe like eyes like to my mother and Clarissa, and it's like, what?
Yeah, as we stop, I'll turn to Lady Vivian. My lady, would you like me to go see what is the matter? Okay, yes. And I'll get out of the carriage.
Tenpenny for your headache, my lady. Is Jennifer asking if you want her to? You can make her some tenpenny tea.
Please. But I
Yeah.
never thought it'd take this long to get to King's
I
Landing.
have to reload my.
Yep, she'll tell Kyle to go do that, and then Kyle will run out of the carriage.
Yeah, I'll step out and go up the road to where I can see the lord of the house is.
You do see him. He's a bit of a distance away. It looks like he's turning on his horse and going off the road through some hills. You see Henrik and 2 of his men, Cord and Larkin, going with him. Larkin, excuse me, I said Larkin.
Larkin.
Larkin? What?
Where's Larkin?
Yep.
Yeah, but Larrick. They're you kind of see them congregating off on the side of the road, essentially.
Yeah, I'll head up and turn
Sure.
to Cord.
Yep.
And I'll just be pardon me. What are we stopping for?
Oh, Lady Clarissa, you might want to stand back a bit, and you immediately your senses are assaulted with the smell of rot and death.
Ugh.
Mm.
Again? Another dead thing encountered on the road that we're traveling on. Again?
He nods. Yes, yes, my lady. And you do kind of see past his horse. You see a dead horse.
Okay. What do you intend to do?
What my lord asks of me.
Apologies, never mind. I will speak to you.
He nods. So, Diedrich, Henrik,
sorry,
you guys
no,
are you're both on your horses, staring at the path. And Clarissa comes up in the mood.
Good day, my lord.
God,
How...
God.
I didn't even try that time. It wasn't even. Oh,
You gotta look through
Fell on
peripheral.
you or something.
Clary does this a lot. You have to just always be on the lookout.
You came up on his deaf side.
Yeah. Right. Pardon me, my lord. The
Yes.
lady sent me. I see there is a large dead horse in our way. What do you intend to do about it?
Just look over at the murder of crows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you
I
see
intend to investigate. Make sure that nothing will. No, where the murder of crows is.
Yeah, you do see the crows. It's a like just over the ridge. You see it's circling something. You don't know what.
Oh. All right.
I'll let them know we will be off momentarily.
Perfect. I will let her know. I should also say, perhaps, speed up your investigation a little bit. The lady seems irate.
Of course.
Thank you. Let me know what you find out. I will stay outside of the carriage.
That's
Okay.
the best.
All right. So do you guys go down the path?
Yeah.
Going
Go?
down the path.
All right. Yeah, you
Going down your path.
go down the path. All right. So beneath the spot where the crows circle, you immediately see a sight. All of your horses immediately start whinnying and buckling. As you see, there is a pack of half dozen wolves currently feasting and fighting over what looks like the remains of several men. You see the largest of the pack, this very husky, gray-backed wolf, lifts its like crimson-stained muscle up. You see all of their eyes seem wide. You see freshly drawn, like from the innards of one of the men laying on the grove, and it snarls a warning, basically, at you guys the moment you guys come up. Your horses immediately started to freak out. I will need.
I know what that means.
Yeah, I know it. It's
Need you to make an animal handling
Okay.
ride test to keep them calm.
Hey, I have that.
2 figure.
All right, nice. Oh yeah,
Oh.
both of you,
Yeah.
seasoned riders manage to keep your animals in check, as do your men. They're literally cavalry men, so they all wrestle control of their horses. The horses are just like they smell the wolves. They know what's going on. They don't like it.
Freaked out. Yeah. Wolves don't look like they're gonna like immediately start like charging at us, though, right? They're just
No, but they do look immediately on guard. Now, both Tiedrick and Henrik, you would know that wolves generally, if confronted by people in most groups, a lot of times they'll just run because they're just like, nah. Like unless you're like alone in the middle of the woods, then they're like, food. But like people on horseback on a road, they avoid. However, these wolves, you do see the curve of their stomachs, and it's quite tightly hugging their spines. This might be the first meal they've had in who knows how long, and they seem feral and just the wolf who's clearly like the leader wolf seems unafraid and like staring you down.
not willing to get the food taken away from it. Got it.
Yeah. However, there is massacre people everywhere. You're not really sure you can't really tell what's going on because the wolves are there.
How many wolves again?
About 6.
Okay, that's not a lot.
So 1 alpha and 5 others.
Mm-hmm.
Question: do our 2 men have bows on them?
Do they have bows? No.
Okay.
No, they just have blades.
I do, but I don't think I could take down all 6 in successions. Not that cool.
No, I was just hoping to get a first strike on the alpha.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that too.
I personally do not like to use bows, but it's only against other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I just generally don't like bows to begin with.
Yeah. Also, don't think you have a bow. But,
No, I don't.
yeah, so it does look like the other wolves are sort of going to the side, and the alpha is like coming up and snarling and growling and barking at you guys. You've got the control of the horses for the moment.
Father, I think they're preoccupied with their meal right now, but if we stay any longer, they're going to see us as a threat. If we're cautious, we can move. We can keep going.
All right. Let's return to the carriage.
All right, as you turn to leave,
I know better than to do that.
Okay.
We're just like,
I
yeah,
do
like
not
we're
turn my
not
back on a
immediately
predator.
turning our.
So your goal is to walk the horses backwards?
Yes.
We go like sort of one at a time, almost like okay, someone turns around, then like see their reaction, wait a few seconds, then someone else goes like down a little further up the hill.
So how do you? So sorry, how do you want to do it?
We were like, or I don't know, because like
It's sounding not collectively turning around, but like
Mhm.
one person
immediately all
back up a
going like,
little
"All right,
bit
well,
and like kind
yeah."
of like leapfrogging-ish back kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
So you're going to try to first kind of slowly back
Very
up,
slowly backing
very
up,
slowly.
like away from their
Understood.
territory.
So as you slowly back up, you have good control over your horses. Suddenly, you hear Larkin go, "Sir," and you kind of turn to your left, and you see the other wolves who kind of went off have come behind you now.
And then it cannot be helped.
Okay, I get out my bow.
All right. Okay, so let's roll initiative.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Agility, quickness, right?
It is agility quickness. Hold on, I have so many things. Oh, there it is. Do. All right.
Oh, this isn't looking good.
Do.
Don't forget about Lyric and Cord.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, basically how that's going to go is they're going to take a section of wolves with them. That fight will be in the background. We're only really interested in you guys.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
You're
So-
primary characters, yes. You are.
Mhm.
Good luck, Lyric. Good luck, Cord.
Got this, guys.
I don't know. I'm very interested in this Larkin character that was previously
Arkin
mentioned.
seems cool, to be honest. Yeah.
I do believe the name is Lyric.
Alright, why?
Because we're making a
Larkin's from-
critical role joke.
Yeah,
That's what we're
There we
doing.
go.
Yeah.
Like I had a reference for like remembering Larkin because it sounded, or I don't know if it was because it sounded like Larynx. So I was like, oh, cool, I'll remember it like that. But then when it kept saying Larkin, and I was like, wait, what is it now? I'm
No, it's
confused.
Lyric.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's Lyric. All right. One of the wolves.
Goes first. I'm assuming that would probably be the alpha.
It is not. Yeah, it immediately goes for you, Henrik.
Oh fuck me!
It
All
bites
right,
up at you.
come at me. Fine.
Come at me.
Ready. So not.
Okay, what is your defense?
Right now, it's
Yeah.
8 because I think that's for we got
Mhm.
6 with the armor. Yeah, just 8.
8.
Yes.
Okay, so that means he gets 2 degrees of success, which means the wolf leaps up and tackles you off of your horse as they have knockdown.
Damn.
And just immediately kind of grabs up, not tackles you off like it sails over, basically jumps up, grabs your arm, and rips you off of the horse. I think onto the ground and begins to bite down at you.
Very,
All right.
yeah.
So he deals 6 damage to you.
Okay. Ow.
Of course, whatever your soak.
Oh yeah,
I believe
minus
it would be
5, I think. My armor's a radiant 5. Yeah, I think so. So
Yeah, 5. So
just
cool.
just one.
Only 1. So
Okay, not bad.
yeah, so the soft mud impacts well. You don't take any extra damage. It's all soft earth. You're
Shock
all right.
is really what gets me. It's like
Yeah.
wolf. Wow.
And the
Shit,
wolf's definitely
okay.
just snapping and biting down, down at you.
champion. They're vicious.
Yep. All right.
People who are afraid of them.
All right. Tidrick, it is your turn.
I shall. Let's see here. Like, I'm assuming there's none that I have to move to get to one, right?
You would, yeah.
Yeah.
They're very fast.
Yeah. I'm gonna move over to the one that's attacking my son. And
All right.
stab it.
All right. Add an extra test dice because you're mounted.
Is that how it works, or was it the +2 damage? No,
It's
+2
both.
if you don't move.
Yeah, it's +2 if you don't move. +1 bonus dice if you are fighting someone who is
Okay,
unmounted
so-
while you are mounted.
Extra test dice, so that means my 5 would be a 6.
Whoa,
No, dude, remember again, the test dice are bonus dice.
Okay,
That's another name for them. It's the bonus dice.
got it.
So let me.
Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Nice.
18. Yes, you hit. I believe that is 2 degrees of success. Yes, 2 degrees.
Okay, so that would be times my bastard sword, which would be 10 damage.
10 damage? Yeah. Yeah, you immediately run over and you deal this wolf basically a heavy wound, and just stabbing down into it, and it immediately begins to sort of back off, and it looks incredibly injured.
Come on, son, get up.
The next wolf immediately goes for the downed Henrik.
Trying, really trying.
I know.
More,
You know
there's
what's
not
funny?
much more room back here.
So
No,
as a,
I'm good up here, thank you.
fuck.
Oh,
All right, that is 3 degrees of success.
Oh my god.
So
As
that
you say
is-
that, there's a murder of crows outside my window right now that won't shut up. So this is very
Uh-huh.
fortuitous.
Super
Alright,
apropos.
Continue
Alright.
killing me. Go ahead. Go
So
ahead.
this is 9 damage,
Ow. Doesn't feel great.
and it is now pinned you fully on the ground.
Second one too,
Sorry,
or
what?
the second wolf that you said like came at me as well.
Yeah.
'cause there was already,
Yeah,
okay.
this is the one. The
This
other
is-
one backed off.
The other one backed
Cool.
off. This is another wolf that's come at you
Great.
and snap down at you. Now remember, you haven't bled yet. Your health again is just sort of like this stamina representation. It isn't until you take like injuries do you start really bleeding. So it basically comes down and you like hold up your arm. The male is sort of holding through, but you feel the pain, and you feel, though its teeth hasn't quite pierced your skin, you feel like the strength in its jaws. The strength to snap bone, even the hardest bone in the human body, is nothing to these creatures. And you feel your arm like tightening as you're trying to shove this thing away from your throat.
Oh yeah, I feel it.
You feel it good. All right.
I do.
All right.
Are you
Well,
feeling it
Henrik,
now,
Pointed
Henrik?
teeth.
well, Henrik, it is your turn. This wolf is fully on top of you and has pinned you down.
Okay, I'm just gonna swing at that one then.
Swing at him with what? You had a bow in your hand.
I just want to pick that. Fuck.
Punch it in the face.
I like.
Headbutt.
If I've got an arrow, could I like just stab it or something?
You want to try and stab it with an arrow? Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't.
So that would just be a fighting test.
Okay, try it.
Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, so that is 2 degrees of success.
Cool.
So that would deal 3 damage. So yeah, you deal basically 6 damage to the wolf as you just jab an arrow in the side of it and just cries out in pain. But it's not. It senses the freshness of your bones.
Damn it. Yeah, I am such a fresh boy. Makes sense.
You kind of grab for your arrow, grab it, and jam it into the side. It barks. Usually, it does back off of you a little bit, but doesn't leave you by any means.
Is that my only action?
You can. It is a greater action to stand up. So, unfortunately, you would still be on the ground. Yeah.
And I can try to like stab it again or anything. I don't know if that will count as a lesser.
You can try and stab it again. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll stab it again. I'll try.
Go for it.
Stabby. Do it.
Stab. Here we go.
Stab it, stab.
Stab.
Nice.
Stab.
Yes.
Yeah. This time you stab, pull out, stab very deeper. You break the arrow in it, and the wolf dies.
Yes.
Still on the ground though.
On top of me.
No, you could have like shoved it to the side essentially, but you are still on the ground, is what I'm saying.
Figures. All right. I guess I'm still on.
Just in time for the third wolf to leap over and go for your throat while you were on the ground.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's okay. Keep coming. I'm ready. Oh.
Mm-hmm. 13. Yep, I believe that is 2 degrees of success for you. So it deals another 6.
Okay. Right,
Jesus.
I'm still okay. Fine, holding up.
Yep, and it has
How
fully
much health do
shoved.
you have?
He has armor, man.
Armor helped out a lot.
Oh, right.
Armor's a thing.
He bought chainmail and shit.
Yeah, they seem all the wolves are just focusing Henrik because he's the most vulnerable target.
On the ground, like a upside down.
Except
turtle,
he just
so it makes
killed one
sense.
with an arrow in his hand.
He did kill one. You harmed another, and Henrik, another wolf runs up.
Oh my lord!
And
Come
gets some
on,
extra.
go. Yeah. Oh, sorry, not mad at
You've
you.
only getting like 1 damage from these, haven't you?
This wolf, unfortunately, I think would only deal now because that's only 1 degree of success on you. Only deal 3 damage, which I believe you just fully block with your armor. Do you feel
Just
a little?
kick it on the edge, yeah.
Yeah, and but these two
Your
are directly
ability is just kill
directly over you. One is kind of over your head, snapping down at you. Another is fully on your chest.
Don't like that.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Bad.
Top of
Feels
so
bad.
now, the injured wolf kind of like limps kind of fully away. It just sort of like it's not having what's going on. It's bleeding a lot.
So we have 1 dead, 1 injured and gone, 2 are just on me. Good.
Yeah, the one on top of your chest is the alpha.
Oh, fun.
All right.
That means it's Tedric.
Tedric.
I'm going to be going for the alpha.
Sure.
Because generally, if you're able to take out the alpha, the rest tend to leave.
Sometimes.
Sure.
No, let's go with that idea. I like that.
So, being mounted, let's see here. So, +1 fighting, +1 bonus die against non-mounted.
Yep.
And if I didn't move, I get a +2 to my damage,
Yes.
which I keep forgetting to add that 1 from my longsword mastery. And I will also make it a reckless attack.
What does that do?
A 1 die to fighting,
Okay.
add -5 to combat defense.
Oh, you have a -5 to your combat defense?
I
Alright.
feel like that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one to take right now. Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
I think it was
So
a
that
great
means I
action.
get a +1 to both.
Yeah.
At this wolf. At this wolf.
Here we go.
Nice.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, he's just dead. Yeah, you just swing down and just bisect the wolf, hamburger style. Horizontally. Hamburger, not hot dog.
Thank you for the clarification.
It'd be more impressive if it was hot dog.
It would.
Parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
You already a person, so that makes it like okay.
He already did hot dog way back.
Yeah. You have done well enough, and you have killed the alpha very well. The last remaining wolf.
I'll let out a yell.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing all the carnage, just books it. You then notice it looks like Cord had killed one of the wolves. He just got off his horse and killed it. And the other wolf who was harassing Lyric had bolted with the other remaining one. And they're just running off into the distance. Henrik, you're on the ground.
Yeah, I shoved
I
the
will
wolf
lean
off me.
over and
covered
reach
wolf.
my
I'm
arm
just-
down.
I mean, you're on top of a warhorse. You'd have to get off the
Yeah.
horse if you want to help your son off the
I just
ground.
lay there for like a solid minute, just like, oh, almost
It was
dead.
freaky.
Okay. Whew, okay.
Yep.
Take a minute. Oh.
Yep. So remember, at the end of the fight, all health returns to full. Because it's just
Hey,
like
look
you're.
at that! It
Oh,
It's
never
just-
touched.
so
It's just-
just take an injury. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no injury or nothing, so you just. Yeah. You get up. And now you are in the middle of the site of a massacre.
Hey, Thorsten, what do you think is taking them so long?
Probably something dead.
Gosh.
Ain't that the truth?
I mean, this is what, the third time because of something dead? Well, 2 times were because of something dead.
Okay.
Conclusion, probably
Yeah.
something dead.
All right.
Henrik's armor is just covered in blood.
It's so soaked in blood.
And
And
wolf
what?
spit.
Wolf blood.
Oh, it's gross. Yeah.
Oh, great. Don't let his mom see it.
He'll flip out.
Hard to not. He's covered in blood. His face
Roll
is
around
red.
in the mud. Rub some dirt in it.
Make it look worse.
Make it look like you fell.
So what are you guys doing?
I am going to survey the massacre.
All right. Well, you see the bodies of 5 men and what looks like the remains of a campsite.
Does it look like this would be hard to tell without a? I think a knowledge medicine roll would be needed here.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
You also have your brother who's down the road.
No, that's pretty good for him.
Not bad.
No, he rolled.
10? Yeah, I mean, so
How did they die?
so it takes a while if you want to do that. You got to go up to the bodies. First off, what you notice is these are big, strong men. they're definitely swordsmen of some caliber.
And I doubt that they would have been taken by the wolves.
No, you definitely know. While these men have no eyes or faces, I mean that's the first thing the wolves ate. You have any idea how succulent face meat is? Oh, yeah, exactly. And of course, the crows definitely took their eyes. That's their favorite bit. However, from what you can gather, these men were massacred in their sleep. Somebody stabbed them, stabbed in the chest. You don't think these men were awake or able to defend themselves when they died?
Do they have any kind of house markings anywhere?
No. These men, from what you would guess, are probably mercenaries. Sell swords. Okay. Yeah. However, you do. Oh, sorry. No. Yeah. Nope. You asked.
You first.
Nope.
Any of their equipment about?
Yes. In fact, all their equipment is still here.
Right.
And in fact, Henrik, you notice it. It kind of takes your eye. There's a sword lying in the mud, and you clear it off, and it's a very good-looking sword. There's the hilt. Literally looks like it's made of it's been treated for sure, but the end is almost like a U. It's like a dark wood, and there is a symbol of a stag on it. But it looks like the Baratheon symbol, except it's of course sans the crown. There's no crown on it.
Yeah.
It's still in its sheath. It's quite nice. And if you pull it out, you do notice there is dried blood on it. Looks like though this sword looks quite unique, whoever owned this didn't necessarily know how to take care of it well.
Oh, unfortunate.
So someone had a fancy sword but didn't really know how to use it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, not necessarily fancy, someone of your wealth.
Distinctive.
This sword would be quite not expensive. However, it does look odd, right? Most swords are very uniform in their make. This one was clearly someone put time into making this.
This one is castle forged steel, even though it's not the fanciest sword.
No, the steel is definitely not castle forged. It's just the handle is unique looking. It's basically handle. The only thing about this.
Okay.
And of course, the symbol of the stag. It's quite striking.
Yeah. Well, no.
I'm going to get off my horse and start collecting their equipment.
You're collecting their equipment?
I mean, I don't want it to go to waste.
Oh, I'm just going to fully say to you, Drake, you're not an adventurer.
Okay.
I think if he starts to do that,
I know that's normal, but you are a incredibly rich nobleman.
Yeah, I can buy
that is
stuff.
Dirty peasant gear, right?
Okay.
That's you can buy anything you want. You wouldn't think to do something like that. That's looting, is what that is, right? Adventurers in D&D, we are crazy hobos who
murder hobos.
Don't have any homes and go
we are.
and murder things for a living.
This is not D&D.
You are a father who owns land and horses and several businesses. You don't see a dead person and go, well, better take his boots. Don't know what might need some new boots. You go, oh my, a dead man.
Oh good gosh! Yeah.
In many ways, Game of Thrones is more realistic.
Yeah,
we're just
hyper realistic fantasy.
I know
dead body.
A tabletop game, and that's our default of well, gotta collect their equipment so we can sell it in town. Gotta buy that tavern.
Gotta sell this to buy that. Jesse, I would probably buy that tavern. Yeah. Jesse, I would probably say that unique sword might be a distinctive. Do you know?
Be good.
Yeah.
like that thing. But that would probably be like the only thing that would really.
Yeah, that's a good way to find out who these men were, right? Is be like, do you recognize this sword? Because that's a sword people wouldn't forget. That's a weird looking sword.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got this. I've got the sword. I think I'll just say like to TJ, like, Father, can we go back to the main road, please?
Yes, let's go.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just
Still shook.
making sure. Yeah. Yep.
How many other wolves
yes.
you gonna throw at us, Tony?
More wolves. King wolf.
And endless wolves.
Wolves!
The next one is a super wolf.
Yep. An arc wolf.
What
So
about a dire wolf?
a high wolf.
Yeah, dire wolves in the Crownlands. Very.
Oh yes, very
common.
common.
That would be it, yeah.
So
Terrible
yeah,
omen.
the group rides back. Clarissa, you immediately notice Henrik is covered in blood and mud.
Oh,
His face is just red.
what happened? Why? What is this?
Wolves.
Wolves? That's what you found. That's what the crows were feeding at.
We're feeding on
Wolves
people.
and bodies.
The wolves attacked, my lady. Is he cord?
Thank you, Cord. Speaking sense, I appreciate it. So the wolves attacked you, but were eating the bodies of other people who were killed by also wolves or by something else?
No, it looked like there was men there who were killed in their sleep, and their bodies were discovered by these wolves, and then the wolves were discovered by us.
Killed in their
Turns
sleep.
out.
Yes.
Well, Henrik, try your best to wipe off. Your mother will.
You don't have to char. Oh gosh, yeah. If
We
you can just
absolutely do,
just
actually,
placate
yes.
it as much as you can. I'm not hurt. I promise. I'm fine.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you are all okay. Tedric, my lord, should we? What would you like to do?
I say we carry on.
Okay, we should move the horse out of the road then.
Another body
Are we
removal.
able to get- Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think both Cord and Larrick will volunteer to move the horse corpse.
Okay.
Yeah. They after some time they do move it. It was real gross.
I'd imagine.
I try to wash off some of the wolf blood, but
And then it continues onward.
huzzah!
Yep.
Mhm.
Kyle and some people bring you some things to clean yourself with, Henrik.
Thank you.
Wash your face and whatnot.
Such a good boy.
Kyle's great.
Hot towel. Hot towel.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle. All right. Yeah.
Kyle runs a resort.
Hands bloody towels in response.
Soothing
I mean,
aloe, full
Listen,
spa.
I can't guarantee you being a cut boy the whole life. I'm gonna grow up. I gotta.
He's got to move up.
Gotta make it count now, you know? Make sure I'm a good couple.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So the group is able to carry onward.
I'm just like half standing, half sitting
Mhm.
in the front of the supply wagon, just like, is anybody going to tell us what's going on?
You can
No?
definitely have heard the
All
conversation.
right.
You're right behind the carriage.
Okay.
You
Okay.
definitely
I'm not
heard
sure.
like all of
I'm
that.
not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure of the position of the supply wagon, but
Yeah, no.
all right.
Like inside the carriage, it's a little hard to hear things because
Mhm.
it's pretty muffled and it's a nice carriage. So the
Mhm.
walls are actually pretty thick.
Carriage wolves.
But you can definitely, since you were talking like right next to it, people inside probably heard a bit of what happened for sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, the group moves
Okay.
ever onward.
Yay!
Can't stop
Avante!
progress.
Ah,
The train of progress. Yeah. Now, after you, of course, ride ways, dusk approaches, just in time for your next stop at lovely Dag's Inn.
Ooh.
Owned by, of
Yes.
course, Dag.
Yes. Who else?
Perfect. Thank you, Jag.
Is it just the one dag, or have there been a series of dags?
Nope, this is the first. He's the first Dag.
This is the one and only dag.
Yep, Dag Moleskin.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
So you guys begin to set things up. You approach the tavern. There are not really many people, but there are a few here. As you kind of come up and ask the stable boys and people to kind of move things along, stable boy kind of runs up and goes, they allow me to help you. And then he freezes and his eyes go wide. And he looks like he's looking at your house crest. And he suddenly looks really scared. And then like adjusts himself and goes, can I help? And the men kind of nod and he begins to take horses and stuff. And as you all kind of like begin to, of course, lead out, luckily it's not raining anymore, into the tavern. Some of the people kind of like look up at you and then look at it a little longer and then kind of begin to like squint at you and turn away. And when you fully go into, of course, approach the woman behind the bar, she goes, "Oh, hello," and then she like looks at like your crest on your chest, and kind of like, "How can I help you?"
Does her full attitude change?
100%. It like a wave over her.
I probably
All the
look like
conversation
Clarissa,
shifts
like,
immediately.
during this.
Like in the Old West bar where the piano just stops.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Wow. Question real quick. Are everyone else like common folk? Does anyone else like have insignia on the chest? Like are they bannermen? Is there anyone else like are there banners, something of different houses?
No, none of these people look like other nobles. Most of them just look like people.
Okay.
You do see a couple knights with symbols, but none of you would recognize them because they're they're hedge knights. They're personal standards, right? They're probably on the way to the tournament. They also are kind of eyeing you guys,
Okay.
but keeping themselves. But yeah, the woman at the front, Mag. Hold on, wait.
So
Wait.
Mag and Dag.
Hold on, let me see if I have that right. My brain.
No, that's it now. It's
Excuse me.
Dag and Dag.
Meg.
Oh.
Meg.
Meg.
I was really
Meg
hoping
and
for Meg. Yeah, Meg's good too.
Meg, she says, "Yeah, we have rooms," and she,
Shut up, Meg.
yeah, she says they're 4 pennies a head. I won't negotiate that price.
Quick question.
Yeah,
Because I don't know Game of Thrones.
sure.
Would I have a reaction to the sudden change of how they are viewing us?
I mean, probably, yeah. Because if it's like, oh, you're nobles, that's a very different reaction than whatever.
Yeah, like, oh, you're nobles, so welcome, come on. And then suddenly you get, like, the stink eye?
Yeah.
I think this is
You are
even different
getting
from
you are getting a mass stink eye.
and this isn't just because like we're nobles, it's because we're this
They
specific.
keep on
noble
noticing
house.
our
They're
stuff.
looking at
When you
that
walk in, they
crest
seem happy,
specifically.
but then they notice your standard, and then they seem to
Mhm.
change.
What is the meaning of this?
She suddenly looks very nervous. What do you mean?
I turn and I basically present to everyone in the room.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of this?
You see some women immediately grab their children, and they look terrified, and everyone is beginning to like shudder from you, not look at you in the eye. They look really scared.
Yeah, Marielle probably goes to her father. It's like, Father, we've had a rough day with the wolves. Coming upon that assaulted group. And it's like I say it loud enough for like Meg to hear.
Mhm.
It's like we can ask later. Let's just
I will turn back. I will give her double the amount needed for my entire family. And
She refuses it immediately. She's like, are you staying 2 nights? One. Then that's all. It's just 4 pennies a head.
All right.
She seems very resistant to taking more money from you. Which is
stay
weird.
4 pennies per head.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you give it out. She briefly just tells you like we've got a stew and like ale on tap, all that good stuff.
All right, let's be merry.
All right, guys, settle in to bring some tables together, and yeah.
Is Meg, like, once we're all settled and
Yeah.
stuff, is Meg, like, in charge of the bar and stuff? Like, where?
Looks like it.
Okay. Is there any way I could, like, talk to her?
Sure.
Or,
Yeah, you can get up and go talk to her.
yes.
Sure.
Yes. Meg.
Yes, miss, how can I help you?
It seems our presence here has disrupted the evening.
She immediately looks really scared. She goes, no, it's completely fine.
My husband is tired from the road. I give my apologies as a wife and a mother.
No need, miss, no need. I haven't got no problems, no trouble.
No, I understand. We saw some horrors on the road. Some bandits had dressed themselves as knights and attacked us, and I was wondering if you all had experienced that as well. Perhaps that is why there's just a bit of unease with the
So
amount
when you say all that, she almost looks angry as you say it, like like specifically at what you're saying, and she goes, "No trouble here, miss. No, miss. If I can get you anything, I've got some things to do." She seems agitated and scared.
Meg, we are not your enemy here. I assure you of that.
It seems like everything you're saying is just making her more and more scared.
Right.
Would you like to try and engage her in an intrigue?
Yeah, because this is, yeah.
You can always ask for it. Always.
Okay, then yeah, I'll try and engage her in an intrigue.
What is your intention with this intrigue?
information, charm, thing.
I guess. I mean, well, I have to choose like information, friendship, service, or deceit.
Yes.
So, I mean, I want her to not feel as agitated. So would that be more friendship? But I want to figure out what's going on. So,
What do you want?
Why is there animosity toward us? So I guess it'd be
Okay,
information.
so understood. Information.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Understood. All right. Yeah.
Weirdness.
This is weirdness.
Weirdness. I have a theory.
Weirdness follows the Weirlight.
Either I do too. Either Adam is bad mouthing us on his way to King's Landing, or these sons of bitches are killing folks and saying it's and like dressed as us or something.
That was
I don't
part
know.
of my theory, especially because like we had a thing with our lands, like, oh yeah, the farmers came, or like your men came and like took care of the stuff with the farmers. Like, that's weird.
Super meta gaming. I know Clarissa had heard that some of her old shields had been taken, so I don't know.
All right.
I don't know anything about
So
that.
We don't know.
You go first against Meg,
Okay.
Meg Moleskin.
All right. So I might need a bit of help here. I don't know what my disposition would be. I'm leaning toward amiable, but I also don't know this woman. I'm just literally trying to figure out what's going on with her, but my husband kind of did just do something, and I just want to reassure her. Like, I am not in a position to threaten her, so I'm not sure what my disposition would be here.
All right, well, I mean, it sounds like amiable or indifferent.
Okay.
If you're willing to give her a concession because you feel bad for her, that sounds more like amiable.
Okay, then amiable will be it.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna go for influence, like right out the gate with
Sure.
I mean, I'll try to use charm, if I can. Because again, just trying, I guess, lay the foundation. Like, if what I'm saying is obviously making her upset, I guess I'll be. I guess, like, I try to diffuse the situations, like, you know how men can get. I mean, anything that can upset them can ruin the entire evening for everyone else around them. And you shouldn't have to take the brunt of that. You own an establishment. With the tournament going on, you must have so much on your plate. And I don't want to do anything to add to that.
Okay. So, make your roll.
Okay. Is that charm, or are you thinking it's more?
That's
Yeah.
that's you choose,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, yeah, I am trying to charm. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that. All right, here we go.
You choose your approach, right? I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, yeah, right? So that's 3 degrees of success. And which approach are you using?
Oh shit! I guess I forgot what approaches were.
That thing.
We've been so combat focused. I forgot everything I could.
You know, your technique.
Oh, my technique is.
Well, she used charm.
It's charm, yeah. That sounds charming to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Hello. Can I help you?
Yes, that's 3 degrees of success, which means charm is off your persuasion. So that's what?
5.
15, yeah. That's real good. Yeah, I mean, that takes her out immediately. Even with her disposition. But yeah. She'd have to take 2 frustration. She's not gonna. Yeah, and she's just like, oh, your husband's got a temper. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm sorry. Do you need a top in the nail? You know, I mean, it must be hard to deal with that. I understand. It seems like he listens to you. That's good. You know, after it's just, you know, everyone's jumpy after, you know, what happened.
No,
She
I
gives
didn't.
you a nail.
No, I didn't know what happened.
Oh gosh, well, I don't want to make any dish, but you know what your husband did, slaughtering all those people.
I was not aware.
Yeah, no, you know, everyone's talking about it. Danet's farms burned to the ground. Family's dead. 15 people, children, other families. You know, I'm so sorry you had to hear from me, dearie. Oh God, I'm so sorry. But like, I'm sure you didn't know what your husband was up to, but
No, not at all.
everyone here is just scared. You know, that Danet boy, he came through. He told us what happened. He showed us the shield that was dropped during the array. That shield. He gestures to your men.
It's shocking to hear.
I mean, yeah, we're all shocked and we're all very, you know.
No, I understand. This is. I had no idea, but I know my husband, and if you can take this as someone, if you view me as a wife blinded by love, but I can promise you by the 7, my husband would never do such a thing.
She looks entirely unconvinced, but she's just like, okay, dearie, of course.
Well,
It's like, just, they're still, you know.
Right. I think to ease the air of what's going on, could I take my husband's and I's meals to our room just to move him away from the general populace?
Of course, dearie, of course.
Yeah. We'll take our food to our rooms, and I'll keep him away from everyone else.
Sure. Is Jesse gone?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
I've been on my
Oh,
on my
okay.
phone.
I will Clarissa and Mariella before I send the food upstairs, and I'll get Tedric on my own. I like to quiet part of the tavern, and I will tell them, it seems that Adam Danet believes us to be responsible for the slaughter of the Danet's people. A farmstead of 15 individuals.
Several farmsteads.
Several farmsteads. Women, children, butchered. Adam apparently had a shield of ours that was found. The air of the tavern is upset by Tedric's presence. I'm going to take our food to our room. See what else you can find out about this, how long this has been going on.
Understood, my lady.
Also, when we leave in the morning, be sure to cover up our banners. See if this is continuing in other places. Just to see.
Of course.
And I will
Yep.
convince Tedric to come to enjoy his meal upstairs. And
Do you go with your wife, Tedric?
You're muted.
You're muted.
Okay.
Does she give me a look like, you need to go to the rooms? Okay. I'll nod and I
death.
will go to our room.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'll look at Mariella and give her a quick nod, and then I'm gonna go try and find Thorsten very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's in the. You're all at the same table.
Yeah.
You're not.
Oh,
You're not
okay.
all. Everyone just heard that for sure. Like.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, everyone's sitting at. It's a small tavern.
Okay.
There's not a lot of places everyone can go.
Gotcha. Okay. So, never mind.
My spatial
Yeah.
awareness wasn't great. I'll
Understood.
look.
No.
Either.
That- I mean, sometimes. I mean, that can usually be my fault. You're all at like two tables brought together, having meals.
We were that aggressive
Munching
party
on
at a
something
restaurant,
nice.
just shoved tables together. Got it.
Yeah.
I will look to Thorsten and kind of, give like a oh shit. And
I
then
give you the same look.
yeah. And then I will turn to Mariella and ask, What would you like to? Where would you like to start, my lady?
Information-wise, I would love to know when these farmsteads were raised.
Okay.
But
Sounds
kind of taking in the room, you said there were a couple of hedge knights. There's Meg, and then how many other folks? And you were saying they were basically like kind
you
of
you see like
lowborn.
maybe two like lowborn families. You see two men on their own. One a kind of like small kind of. Oh, sorry. Hold on one second. Never mind. Yeah, so you see basically so like two families look like lowborn families, like two hedge knights sitting at the same table. You see one man on his own, very large man, bit overweight. He has an eye patch, skin like, slapped leather. He looks dirty. You don't know if his hair has ever been touched by a utensil to groom it. And he is currently imbibing a toffer of ale, so like this fucking big. And what looks to be like some organ of some farm animal, like probably a pig or some sort.
He's eating offal. Got it.
Yeah, essentially.
I'm gonna tuck my
Cheap, it's quick.
steward brooch somewhere where it can't be seen.
Sure.
Just in advance, just in case. It
Okay.
Help.
Yeah. Henrik, what are you doing? You heard, what
you
was
heard
going on.
everything
Yeah,
Vivian
sorry,
said.
I'm sorry. Well, I heard. No one told me. Well,
no, you're all at the same
No,
table.
we,
there.
yeah,
Okay.
we were
And
the
so
aggressive
everyone
party at a
knows.
restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I think I'd like to eat my meal and then kind of go like be alone, but also like I'm trying to keep an ear open. I want to hear like
Sure.
other people's conversations and like
Yep.
see if I can overhear like.
Also,
what
if you
they're saying.
ever want to talk to anyone about the sword, you still have it, Henrik.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that after. I want to get a good overview of the mood right now. Quick.
Probably looking at Clarissa and maybe Nymora, if Nymora has not been like forced to go to bed for like rest and like
Not currently,
recuperate.
no. I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Alcohol's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's healthy.
Everyone knows that alcohol disinfects wounds, right?
Better than
Right.
water.
If I put enough of it in me, yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah, I would probably
Gotta
look
love
at
faulty
them.
logic.
I would probably look at them and be like, would I be wrong in assuming possibly approaching the patroness and having some form of drink provided in kind of compensation, or at least things to the other members here?
Going to buy a round of drinks for everyone here.
Well, sort of like sorry for the disturbance kind of a thing, rather than like jovial, yes, round on me.
No, I got what you're going for. I'm just afraid that it might make us look
I feel
like
like
we
they
did
would
do something,
probably.
and we're like making a petty attempt to forgive.
Yeah.
us.
Yes.
I feel like they would probably reject it.
I think so too. They rejected our money, and we didn't even know what we did
absolutely-
wrong then.
That she wouldn't even take Lady Vivian's money. None of these people are going to take a drink. If they think that Cedric, they think that Lord Weirlight murdered several farmsteads of women and children.
Yes.
Everything that rat bastard was saying makes sense now.
Well, it'd be lovely if we actually got to see the shields. But
How did they get any of our shields?
there's a
Heard what
chance
Cedric was.
that it might have been an older one from a war or something. But I would not be the best to know this.
No, you Honestly, Mariella, you'd be like,
Yeah,
you don't know how shields
it's
work.
like literally like she is like
What's a
throwing
shield?
way out to left field. It's like I've got no fucking clue. All I know is like maybe it's like, you know what? My brother's been to a war. Who knows? People fucking drop things. He loses shoes half the time.
Very true.
I mean,
Very true.
so the Westerosi tradition is burial, right? Not burning, not cremation.
No, it's both.
It's both.
It depends, right?
Okay.
Like,
For us, it's
it depends
burial.
on where you are. It
Mhm.
really changes region to region.
Mm-hmm.
Like the north, they bury in the deep hard snow. A lot of Reachmen, honestly, it's family to family.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of Reachmen like pyres. They do pyres.
Mhm.
Mountains of the Moon also they do pyres.
In Riverlands, they'd be like
you
that
mean-
Viking
you mean that they
funeral.
don't-
Yeah, they also pyre it as well.
You mean they don't just
Um,
chuck something off the mountain and leave it be?
Yeah. Look at that. Cheers at them,
So,
maybe.
that invites shadow cats.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like everyone's got their own kind of traditions. Generally, though, it is either entombment or pyre.
Yeah.
Like, poor families generally bury their dead because, like, we need that firewood. The
Mhm.
winter's coming. Like, we can't afford that.
Oh no.
Hole in the ground. I can afford a hole in the ground,
Hell
but I
yeah.
dig myself. But can't afford to get wood like that. Wood's expensive, even though it's everywhere. It's technically not my wood, so
It's the king's wood.
yeah. Rich people, again, a lot of it really is. Some people have grand mausoleums and undercrofts to bury their
Mhm.
dead. Like the Tyrells do that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, most of the Targaryens prefer pyres for I hope
Who
obvious
would have
reasons.
guessed?
Why?
Crazy.
All right.
So basically, what it means is that there's any number of ways that anyone could have gotten shields with the Weirlight crest on them.
Mhm.
They could have stolen them from bodies. They could have purchased them on some sort of aftermarket. They could have purchased them from the castle. Anyway, so you offer someone enough money.
Yeah, I mean, possibly, but probably not from the castle. People would notice if things go missing. There are two people's only job all day is to count shields, and if a shield's missing, then they get to do something.
Okay.
Simply an offer of conversation might be enough without pushing too hard. They're already scared.
I am very hesitant to approach the families.
No, I think they should be alone.
Considering how they collected their children at Father's outburst, I think it was very demonstrative of how they view us at the moment. I think possibly addressing the Hedge Knights first.
I was going to go see if I could talk to them.
Well,
Question
taking a
of
look
the same
around,
too.
is there anybody who seems less hostile? Not
I-
hostile, but less so?
I
More
would almost,
amiable, I guess.
I would almost wonder if possibly we can initially speak to the one who helped us outside with stabling the horses.
Stable boy?
Yes.
The boy,
The boy.
The
It's-
boy.
the boy.
Considering he had a very
And he seems scared,
prominent
just like the rest of them.
reaction to everything. Possibly Clarissa and I can help figure that out. But I'd be very hesitant to approach the larger groups. The families, how large in size are they?
Oh, standard unit. You see, like, mother, father, 2 children.
Okay, so like it's just like 2
The
families
children-
of 4, or like
Yeah, 2 families of 4.
Okay.
They might be traveling together.
Yeah.
Like, you see, like, 2 of the children are, 7-ish, around that age, like anywhere from like 4 to 7. One is like a little older, maybe like near Garrett's age, maybe a little younger.
I shall follow your lead, my lady, whatever you choose.
I almost don't want to bring this up, but have you considered the fact that they're probably not going to want to talk to anyone who's a member of the family?
No, I'm aware of that.
You and Henrik talking to them might do more harm than good. Anything that you say right now is just going to come out as you defending your father. No one's going to believe it.
It's part of why I was thinking I should most definitely not speak to the hedge knights in general, and maybe leave that more for possibly you and Clarissa, or Thorsten, some of you. We're very, it kind of gesture to the face. It's like, we're very noticeable. Yes, Madonna angles there, and all the Madonna angles.
Fitting images.
There we go.
I feel like possibly the boy would be the only person that I might be able to get away talking to, but that, or possibly the patroness. But
Then perhaps we start at the boy, my lady.
All right. So now that you guys have planned, we will move Vivian and Tiedrick. Y'all are in your room at a little table in there with food. No one has seen Dag. You would notice that there is a man in the back cooking. That might be Dag.
Be Dag. Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, as we were just sitting and starting to eat, like, Clarissa told me what happened the other day.
What happened?
The men that you found.
Oh, yes.
The bodies before that.
And now we are being accused of slaughtering families at farms.
We are. That would be a very good reason why Adam Dannett challenged us.
That's probably exactly why he challenged us and called us cowards.
Agreed. I think any knight who saw the slaughter of his people, children and women and children defenseless, would see that as the act of cowards.
I know I would. But my dear, I swear to you, I have not sent any men to do any of this.
I know. That thought did not cross my mind. I noticed, Tiedrick, you brought Reaper with you.
Yes.
Are we at war?
I brought him in case we must go to war with the Dannets.
In the court of Robert Baratheon? You hate him so much that you would bring the sword that is meant only, as you've told me, for killing. You told me Reaper is what generations of your family drew when there was no other option. After all, those are our words, are they not?
Yes, they are. Maybe bringing Reaper was a bad idea. My emotional state wasn't the best before we left.
I noticed. Do you hate the Danets so much that war is so inevitable that you brought it with you?
If it wasn't for my father, I might not even have an hatred of the Danets.
Because of how he treated
Me compared to the Danet that was with us.
I see.
Name?
You should
Alfred.
have that, sir.
Sorry, Alfred. Yeah.
Alfred? Okay.
That's Alfred.
Line?
Have notes. Write it down.
I
T-Drick.
can't find my notebook.
It's alright.
Open up
Cedric.
WordPad.
Your father died a long time ago, but still the animosity is so strong between the two of you. So much so that I fear that it is blinding you.
He will begin to nod slowly. I know that in times of stress, you think more clearly than I do. It's one of the many things I love about you. And if you, after being with me for so long, feels that it is blinding me, then maybe it is. It's a hard...
Go ahead.
It's been very hard for me to get over the last words of my father, as you know.
What I saw at Kevin's wedding, hate consumes and rots us from the inside and reveals us to be someone that no one we love recognizes. I do not want to see that happen to our family, Diedrich. I don't want to see that happen to you.
I actually went and spoke with my father.
When?
After I left, after trying to strike Henrik.
And what did you say?
I asked him for help not to be like him.
Do you think he'll help you when he is long in the ground and on his way to become dust?
I don't know. I don't know.
The dead can't help us, Tiedric. Or if they can, I have yet to see a way that they have. Yes, the life and their words give us wisdom. The stranger says that there is lessons in the past that we take. And those who came before us. But in the events that I have seen unfold, you are very much unlike yourself. If you think asking your father's spirit for help will clarify that, I will not stop you. But I never saw him as a man to give you help willingly. From what I saw, he ordered you to, I believe his words were, find your own way.
And that I did.
You did.
Just all of this happening at the same time. It's been a little much for me.
I understand. And I will always be by your side no matter what decisions you make. That is my position as your wife. But with the privilege that you have given me, I will implore you to look at this closely. Yes, you are a man that conquers the battlefield in ways that I have not seen many knights do. But you are also intelligent. And a lord that is loved by his people. Do not forget that.
Truthfully, I don't know why I didn't seek you out before.
I am always here for you.
Thank you.
Just reach across the table and squeeze his hand.
He'll squeeze back. Well, let's look towards most recent events.
Mm-hmm.
People with our crest have been killing and I really don't think that Adam Janet even knows about, well, what happened between Henrik and...
No, I don't think he did. Or does. I don't think anyone does. Until now, we do. I think the events would have unfolded a lot differently if that were to be the case. I will tell you this in confidence, husband. But keep it to yourself until an opportunity presents itself to reveal the information. Iris is missing. Adam did not seem concerned about that. That is what concerns me the most. Well, one of the things that do.
If he did not seem too concerned about it, is it possible that he knows that she's either A, missing, or that he may have sent her somewhere?
I don't think...
All speculation.
For one thing, I didn't know she was missing until Henrik told me. I don't think it's known that she is, if it's not. The attention we pay to our own daughter is paramount to us, but most do not pay attention to their daughters. It is the heir that is the most important.
Yes.
So her going missing most likely was a concern to them, but eventually they would have tried to, I don't know, I assume tried to cover up as much damage as they could in her absence. But what is one missing daughter when you have the heir of your house still alive and well? From most people in the Reach and all of Westeros. It's concerning to me. Someone, or for some reason, is using our arms to
cause more of a wedge between us and the Danets.
I think that's what's happening. Otherwise, they wouldn't. I mean, there would be.
Why would they choose the Danets with all crests?
I don't know. Or otherwise we would have heard of other farmsteads being attacked. But if it's just who knows? If it's just the Danets, we haven't heard anything until this moment. True. But these
people obviously fear us.
Fear us. Yes, here. I don't know. I do believe that this is someone using the animosity our family has toward the Danets to their advantage. It's not a secret how you feel toward them.
This is true.
And I don't think the Danets know of it. I think they are just as tied up in this as we are. And if that's the case, they are victims, as we are.
Let's hope more information comes our way before we make it to King's Landing.
Indeed. I've already told Clarissa and the others to keep an ear out. And I took the liberty of telling them to cover our arms when we leave in the morning. So perhaps that might improve people's first impression of us. Or
we shall see. We shall see.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very good talkie talks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The other people. Who would y'all like to? What do y'all want to do? Who do you want to talk to? About what?
I would probably say before kind of dispersing, I would ask probably while we're still the collective of remainder NPCs, if it would make sense to possibly send a raven to Cedric to inform them of what we've heard and see if there's anything he could find out.
We have ravens with us right now?
You
Yes.
do. That is not a call Mariella could make.
No. Obviously not. It's obviously this would need to be brought to my parents and vetted and everything. But it is an option that I probably bring up to Thorsten and Clarissa to maybe have the conversation with my parents because they would have a little more weight than what comes out of my mouth. But yeah, I would probably want to check in with Stable Boy. I don't know who would probably want to talk to Hedge Knights or possibly Meg again or whoever. But I believe Clarissa said she was going to stick with Mariella. So
yeah, I'll stick with you.
So you guys want to go into the stable?
Yeah, I think Clary's going to keep a look around, see if there's anybody else around. I know that there were multiple people outside at the stables.
It's like we're all of our
No,
knights
there's
with
just the
us,
stable boy.
or
The multiple people is your people.
Okay.
yeah, we're
Great.
the big party.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Good.
We the big
yeah.
people.
Then I'll kind of stay back a little bit and
Yeah.
allow Mariella to take.
Cool. And by the way, he's not like a little boy, right? Like he's 12.
Yeah, it's like he's Garrick's age.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just like doing chores.
Yeah, I think I would probably kind of head in and probably it's like Mariella's horse is probably not amongst this collection, right?
I mean, did you bring your horse with you?
Well, I don't think
Then,
she'd be
yeah.
really competing with like equestrian or anything. It's like she's looking to possibly get a mare for Nehema, yes, but I don't think that would really require her to like.
I mean,
bring her
that's your
horse.
decision. If you didn't want to do the equestrian event, I will just say, like that's the people who compete in the equestrian events. Those are the ones they want like horse breeding.
Okay.
So like the
Yeah,
best
no,
way to get
then-
Nehema a mare is actually to have Nehema compete.
Oh yeah, then I would have.
Because
I
otherwise
would
you'd
have
be like,
Nehema.
I don't know what your horse is, but I see that horse, and that horse kicked ass. Like,
Yeah, no, then I probably would have brought Nehema because
then Nehema is
I want the horse I want, so it's best if I bring Nehema.
Gotcha.
When I want it, I want it.
Birch too. Yeah, right. I'll bring
All right,
Birch
cool.
too because he's very cute and might soften a boy a little as
Mhm.
a child up.
Yeah, I would probably kind of go in because
Sure.
with how energetic Nehema is, and it's like I've been stuck to the carriage.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, by the way, I will say, if you brought Birch, she does not let the dog inside.
That's fine. I figured.
Birch
Yeah.
is fine with it. He's just like, yeah.
so
Yeah, so-
Sad.
So I probably kind of go in, and Nehema is a very energetic stallion, so it's like, and
Mhm.
he's very particular on people he'll kind of settle for. So it's like I'll probably kind of go in and like kind of open it up with like calming my horse.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah, you see, he's just kind of like pitching hay
Yeah.
into the stalls. He's just like flip.
I'm sorry if he's been a trouble, and it's like I'm like in the process of like.
Yeah, he like turns and like sees you. Clarissa, are you there too?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, he looks immediately seeing both of you. He looks like really scared, and goes into like a defensive position almost, and he's like, "It's fine." And immediately just goes to not look at you. He like barely gets a word out. He's like, "It's fine." And just like keeps.
Is it too early to engage him in intrigue at this point?
No, I mean, you generally a little bit. If that's your intention, sure.
Yeah.
You have to. He seems to be like, no, it's fine,
No.
and like not paying attention. Like, if you want to like go up and engage him, then yes, you absolutely can. I mean, no, we can engage in an intrigue. Yeah, if your goal is to get him to just talk to you,
Yeah.
yes, then
Yeah.
yes, we can absolutely
Yeah.
engage in an intrigue. Cool.
I'm not as assertive as my mother, but like
So let's roll status test.
It is.
status.
Okay.
Status, reputation. Okay. Clary, go first.
Who knows what this stable boy's gonna roll? Don't automatically assume he won't get more than a 17.
He can't be either of you. He is 2. And
Oh, he's secretly, like a high noble in
Yeah.
disguise.
He's a
He just really
Baratheon
wants to
bastard
blend
that
in.
none of us knew about. Yes.
Exactly.
Benefit of the doubt.
He's a young Gendry. Yeah, he's just chilling there. Sure.
Oh, oops.
Colin.
9. Yeah.
Not bad.
That's pretty good for.
Wow.
Yeah, for a state boy, not bad. Colin, way to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's just like flipping hay. So Clarissa, you're first.
Yeah. So I think we kind of talked about it a little bit, Aaron and I, but our goal is information. But in this particular instance, he doesn't want to talk to us at all, right? So would it be friendship?
I mean that could be part of it, right? Like you have to, you wearing him down is you breaking the barrier down for him to be comfortable enough to tell you things, right?
Yeah, it's like my main route is like the end goal I would love is information, but like the way I get there is probably gonna be charm. So it's like that's kind of like what I'm feeling.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, and then disposition indifferent.
Yeah, sure.
And then
good to know.
Yeah, for this round, I mean, she's just going to assist Mariella. She'll just kind of be like, "Oh, please, don't worry. The lady isn't a threat to you or your family in any way."
All right. Why don't you roll that? Excuse me. That assist. So that's a persuasion test. It is challenging, so it's TN 9.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Yeah, that definitely sounded like convince.
Unfortunate. So it seems like he is like, the fact that you've said that seems to have made him even more scared. Because that's the kind of things people say right before they harm you.
Not either of us. Have you seen our arms?
Little noodles. Right, but it's the whole thing is technically you have the right to do whatever you want to this kid, and no one can do anything about it, right?
Very sad. Yeah.
And he's very aware of that, so he's just like, oh,
but be careful.
Yeah. Like he's not making eye contact with either of you. Sure. He every time he kind of talks, he like turns his body. He seems to be really trying hard not to be disrespectful, but looks like he just doesn't know what to say. And he's just like, all right, I just got it. Hey.
Yeah.
Mariella.
I would probably say, considering the class difference, it would make no sense for her to say amiable. So it's like it's her
indifferent.
Her disposition. Yeah, it's probably indifferent.
Yeah.
I think. Oh man, like I kind of want to soften him up.
Okay.
So I think she would probably it's like the entire time it's like she's paying attention. It's like she sees obviously direct attention is not making him comfortable at all. So she's focusing on Nehema and everything like that. Has maybe like grabbed like a comb or something to kind of like work some of the like the crap from like the rain, the storm, and like everything that might have gotten into like the main like out.
I mean, you don't. I mean, do you groom a lot of your horses? Because you don't have any do you have train at all?
No, I was thinking about getting it. Which is part of it.
You definitely spend time though. You brush them on occasion.
Yeah.
Got your horse master, but Nehema's your baby.
Yeah, it's mostly because it's like with all of her training, it's like she hasn't had enough time to like do that.
But this is her preferred like hobby.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I do find, and I'm sorry if I seem very worldly in this, but I find occasionally horses are more honest than people. They're very direct in what they want, and I wish more people could be demonstrative of that and like kind of proceeding with that. And
So
I'll probably kind of go in with like an influence.
Influence?
In some
Okay.
ways, yeah.
Just try to like you're musing to the air, but like
Musing to the air.
I'm establishing we have a connection over horses.
Yeah.
Horses,
Right.
that thing.
So if you roll well, then he also has one, and if you don't, this is the job his parents make him to do, and he doesn't give a fuck about horses.
That's cool.
Love it.
We'll see what happens.
So would we consider this charm, or would we consider this something else?
Oh yeah, I can't.
Okay.
I mean, you're not lying.
No.
You're not trying to deceive this boy into thinking but in fact you hate horses and you'll plot. So
I will secretly kill this horse in its sleep.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense, right?
I've been
Persuasion
speaking
charm.
with my grandparents, and I'm thinking they have some ideas that are worth pursuing.
Endeavor is secretly a maniacal horse. It kills the other
Right.
ones in the stable.
Right.
Okay, so charm.
Entirely possible.
12. Let's see the mighty defense of this stable boy.
Of this 12-year-old stable boy.
Hefty.
3.
Oh.
So yeah, that'd be 2 degrees of success.
Okay.
However, so that would, and you're using, what is your technique you're using? You're using charm.
I'm using charm.
Okay.
And if it helps at all, my persuasion
goes
is
off of
4.
Your persuasion is 4, so that would be 8. Yeah. So he does sort of peek over his shoulder at you when you say that. You're definitely not getting the reaction you kind of were hoping for.
Yeah.
He seems whatever his disposition was is a little different, but he definitely is like, you got his attention.
That's okay.
And he's just like, I mean, yeah, horses can be honest. Yeah, I mean, be a little more honest if they could talk, you know. And he just like, but you know,
Can't fault that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, sure.
Good logic.
he will be like, you know, horses.
What do you say to that?
He will kind of. He will kind of like yeah, horses, yeah, and like go back to the thing. His tactic right now is, of course, I don't think if anyone's ready. Withdraw. He's just like, go away. Please stop talking to me.
Go away, please.
Yeah. Good old Colin.
Let's see. What's this little boy's will? A good.
Oh, nice. That definitely helps him out. Yeah, he like, I suppose if they could talk, and he's just like, yeah, it's just like, what do you say to that? like how do we continue this conversation? Yeah, and he just like then like puts the hay thing down and like goes and gets a bucket and this kind of thing that looks like a hoe a little bit.
Okay.
And then he opens a stall a bit, and you see he is he's scooping poop.
Yes. Horses,
and that has how he has withdrawn himself. He's like, "Yep, now I'm covered in poop."
You can't talk to me now.
You'd be surprised.
Nobody wants to talk to a boy covered in horse poop. He's using the classic "I'm touching poo" method.
If he's covered in it, he's raking wrong.
He's doing a bad job.
I don't think he's part of the muckety muck.
It's true, but he's interacting with it, right? That's his point. Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, you don't want none of
I'm
this."
your shit.
Yeah. So that's basically him. Clarissa.
Yeah.
What do you wish to do?
So, seeing him withdraw, I am going to try and consider. I'm just gonna kind of lock eyes with Mariella for a second, lean back against the staple, and that's it.
You consider.
I consider.
All right, good way. Looking over this boy, like, How do I relate to
Yes.
12-year-old
I have no
small
idea.
folk who touches horse poop for a living?
Absolutely.
My
I have no
God.
idea how to get
Honestly,
through to
this was
you.
not a skill I learned to cultivate. I must do it now.
Yes.
All right. Mariella.
Wait, hold on. Let me remember this. So he said they'd be more honest if they could talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thinking.
Be more honest if they could talk. Well, I guess the same could be said for those who would even remotely think to speak to a daughter on what's going on.
Okay. Very pointed. All right.
And it's like she says it like just loud enough for he can hear it, but like
Yeah.
kind of like inner musing aloud.
Mhm. All right. So, yeah. Why don't you make that? I mean,
Up to you.
yeah. What technique would you say? I mean, this is less D&D. We're like, ooh, that sounds like a blah. Like you get to choose your technique.
It's like I would
of
love
course,
it
if you're
to
like,
be
I
charm,
use
but
charm,
I can.
and you're like, listen, motherfucker.
It's like I would love it to be charm, but I will understand if you.
No,
think
I
it's
can see
maybe
how this
something
could be
else.
charm. Of like, it could be like it's like you're making like a joke musing almost.
Yeah.
You're being charming. You're being witty. So I would say that's for sure charm.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if you had a different intention with that, then it could be intimidation.
No.
You're threatening him. Like
No,
same could be said of little boys who
16.
don't
You don't
do
talk.
what they are told.
16.
Yeah, that's even with his heightened thing. That's 2 degrees of success. You're whittling him down bit by bit. Yeah. So, yeah, he kind of relents a little more and is like, "Well, about what the horses? I watered him. I watered him. I watered him." And he just like he goes back to shoveling poop. He is going to once again withdraw because he's just like,
Please go away.
I can't talk to you. Okay. Yep, doesn't really help him much. Yeah, and he's just like,
Is he done shoveling shit? Is that what this is?
No, I mean, no, he's just like, now he realized he fucked up and talked to you, and he was like, shit.
Crap! I'm engaged.
I love it. Alright. I am
Clarissa.
I'm going to try and charm this young boy. I'm just gonna kind of look at him and be like, this is the first the lady and I have heard of these attacks, and I personally find them abhorrent. I'm just a ride along, but we were wondering if you had any more information. I'm gonna try and brute force charm him.
Okay, so that sounds like influence to me.
Yeah.
That sounds more like convince.
Sure.
Yeah, when you're just like, listen, little boy, let me be real with you.
Boy.
We don't know what's going on in there. I know we've been beating around the bush.
Help us
We're the brass
understand.
tacks.
Enough of this. Yes.
Absolutely.
Will roll, correct?
It is a will. Well,
Convince.
No. It's persuasion, convince.
Mm-hmm.
But just the damage you will deal is your will.
Got it.
9. You half affected him. However, I believe your will is
3. Only 3.
3. Unfortunately, it does not get through his DR.
Sure.
And he's just like, well, I don't know nothing. I it's not my business. I just pick up after horses. And yeah, he just seems real like starting to get maybe a little more scared.
I had 2 bonus die on that. I did not roll them.
Oh,
that is my bad. Can I roll them real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Apologies.
No, it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's see here. That replaces the 3 and the 2, so 14. That is considerably better.
Yeah. Sorry.
It has slightly affected him.
Sure.
But you did do it. And he's like, yeah, he's just like, I don't really know. I'm just trying to stable horses. Please don't. Again, he's like still scared. He seems like maybe a little less scared of you guys now, but still like skittish.
Sure. Understood.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, like he definitely seems less scared of you guys. All right, so Aaron, if you want to try and bring this home.
You got it.
Yeah, I think I would. So Mariel will probably stop kind of combing the horse. She'll return the comb to where she had picked it up.
Yes.
I understand that this is in no way comfortable or necessarily pleasant, but anything that can help us understand what we might face going forward would be greatly appreciated.
Okay. I mean, I could see. Is your intention charm?
But preferably, yeah.
Yeah. Let me throw a little more platitudes in there. But yeah, I could see that. That's a little more convince-ish. But I could see charm though with that. Why don't you roll me that charm?
That charm.
Charm. Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, that will end this intrigue. And he goes, I just heard a little bit ago. I don't really know anything.
It's more than I do.
Okay, well, I heard that Lord at night he came in and Lord Danet, I think.
Okay.
He, was upset with and he had some other nights and he seemed mad and someone asked why he was upset and then he said some stuff but didn't say much, and then I think someone pried and then he got really mad and then told everyone that some of his farmers had been killed, and it was your family that did it because you've always disliked each other or something. I don't really know, but that's what he said. 15. I know that was a number he said a lot.
Okay.
15 people, farmers and whatnot. And that sounds bad. And
Any number is bad in regards to what you're saying.
So I'm glad you don't know. I'm glad that you didn't know, but kind of shrugs. That's all I know.
No, of course, but when was Lord Danet here?
A few days ago. 2. I'm
Maybe
not
3-ish.
I wasn't really in there. I don't know. I was in here.
Understandable.
I don't go in the main room.
Did he say how long ago that happened?
He shrugs. Again, if he did, I didn't hear, and no one told me. I was in here. I just heard about it today.
Right.
So.
Did you hear about it from one of the other guests, or
No, my mom.
Okay.
It's Meg. She runs the bar. That's my mom.
We met her. A very nice woman.
Okay.
She'll kind of wink at him.
Yeah. He smiles. He'll smile at that. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think it would be an issue if maybe she could help tell us more? Obviously, if you weren't in
She
the
could
room.
probably tell you more, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you just, say you didn't know and you want to know, I'm sure she'll tell you. She likes talking.
That's very good to know. We thank you, Colin.
No, I'll yeah, if you want to, visit your horses, I'm here all night,
Well,
Thank you.
Birch has to stay out here as well, so any company you might be able to give him, I'm sure he would appreciate it greatly.
Like, is that your dog? Or just Birch is just like heard his name and he's like, what?
Hello.
Attention.
Like,
Possible
Yes.
love.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yes, this is Birch. He is a very, very good boy, but, he also has some teeth on him.
So he
He
bites.
killed a shadow cat. No, not people.
He killed a
helped
shadow
kill-
cat.
Yes,
Indeed.
I've heard shadow cats are very big.
they are.
Are they
They're
bigger
very,
than
very
normal cats? I've heard they're
Is
quite big.
Clary
Yeah.
wearing the stole?
Yeah, I still have the shadow cat stole on
Mhm.
because it's been raining. Yeah, do you want to feel some of its fur? It's very soft.
You have its
Maybe-
fur?
Yes.
Oh, it's
A good friend
black.
of mine.
Why is it black? And he's like, yeah, he's immediately very interested in that stole. He's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, like he's gone from being really freaked out to after you're like, calm down. He's a lot more agreeable.
Young boys,
pretty immediately.
dead pigs and dogs.
But before you guys go, he does ask if the like he says man, but he's meaning Henrik.
Okay.
Because I know Clarissa and Mariella don't maybe view that,
Ouch.
but this is a boy, so he I personally view Henrik as a man, as
Yeah.
Self-validating,
the-
sure.
as the narrator.
Anyways,
But,
so
Narrator,
the man.
hurtful for the rest of the
He
minutes.
asks,
Come
yeah,
on.
he asks if he's a knight.
Not yet.
I believe that is an aspiration of his.
He goes, oh, he's gonna be. I was like, oh, I like knights.
Who doesn't?
Nods. Yeah, we get a lot of knights come through here, a lot more recently.
Indeed.
the,
I believe a lot of them are heading towards King's Landing.
Right? Yeah, there's like a tournament.
Indeed.
Unfortunately.
Mm.
Um,
I stay below their horses, and they like to look at their horses, and sometimes they'll talk to me. Sometimes.
Colin, if I gave you a bit of, just a little bit of change, would you promise your mother that it didn't come from us?
Yes.
Anything you want, give me go. Yeah. Give that money.
Immediate.
Absolutely.
Don't tell anyone about this. You're fine.
I'll give him 10 silver stags from my own.
Whoa!
I
Ooh,
will
that's-
just say
that's
that
a
you
lot.
just handed a child like $200-300 essentially.
Yeah. I
Like,
did.
yeah, that's like a lot of money. He's just like, that's even more than that actually, currency wise. Like,
yeah.
technically, a gold dragon is like something like
for- yeah, for us
$20,000. Yeah, like that is an ungodly amount of money. When he actually sees that amount, he gets really scared and backs up.
Yeah, I probably like put Clarissa's hand, and like I probably pick up like maybe like one, which is I think probably a better.
He will definitely take one silver stag.
Go and get yourself some candy.
The 10 silver stag though, he looked a little freaked out. He goes, he was immediately like, "What do you want me to do?"
No.
Because usually when small folk get paid a lot at they are expected to do something.
Yeah.
He looked really scared.
So probably take one out of the pile, hand it to him.
She'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, you're used to dealing with
way too much time with no
sellsword.
Yeah.
A sellsword would 100% take that money.
Yeah,
Clary's just like, oh right, poor people.
Yeah.
So do the one, and oh god. I would love to find a way for Colin to basically do the introduction with Meg, so then like crap is at a better setting.
Maybe that wouldn't be the best of ideas, because then she may have thought you were taking advantage of her son.
Yeah, no. Like, I think what would end up happening is, like, hand over the coin. It's like, I understand that your mother is probably very busy helping run your inn. Is there a better time to possibly talk to her? I wouldn't want to disturb her.
Whenever she talks to people.
I imagine that's a good portion of her job.
He nods. She likes it. She says it's better than talking to Dad.
Oh, how?
Is he not very talkative?
Shakes his head.
No. Thank you for telling us what you know.
Nods. It's all right. Thank you. He will like immediately like run inside though.
Yep.
And if you guys like go back in, it's just like the small conversation like what? Wait, why do you have that? I found it.
Yeah, it's like I imagine like we probably have like a decent like pacing distance behind him.
And she just like looks around and goes, "All right, well, hey, hand it, give it here." Takes it and puts it away.
Found it in a horse.
Good for you two. So Naimora, Hendrik, Thorsten, what are you doing?
I'm reading.
Reading.
Always reading.
Reading
Always
good
trying to
books.
expand
Okay.
my knowledge, and but I'm not like in a deep reading. I'm paying attention just to surroundings and.
You're slightly skimming.
Yes.
Understood. Henrik, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'd like to kind of sit near like the hedge knights and see if I could like overhear some of their conversation and maybe like eventually find my way, like, you know, common topic and like, oh, you know, you guys are going to the tourney too. Of course they are, but you know, just trying to find something I can pick up on. Or if they're talking shit about us, I want to know that too.
Sure. So as you stand up, you kind of walk past like a serving girl that's been kind of like going in and out. And do you have the sword with you?
I do. Actually, I think I do.
Sure. Okay.
I was talking to someone, like, I want to find out more.
I would like you to make an awareness test.
All right, I'll try.
You got this.
Do I? Probably not.
Totally.
8. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was routine, so 6.
Oh.
Sorry, easy. Yeah, so you notice she like looks at the sword you found, and there's recognition in her face.
Oh, okay. All right. Changes things. Cool. Okay.
She seems to recognize the sword.
Yeah. I still sit back down for a bit and pretend to be going about my business and eating food and whatnot. And then if I can, I'd like to flag her down, say I'm getting a drink or something like that.
Yeah, she walks over and she kind of puts her hand on her hip. She's basically, maybe around your age. She's got brown hair. She seems like maybe she talks a little quiet, she's maybe a little shy, kind of mousy. She's like, yes, Milo, how, what can I get you?
Hi, yes, thank you, miss. I was wondering if I can get another round for myself and my pen here, and I gesture to Naimora. That'd be all right?
Yeah, I wink at her.
Nice.
She looks a little
reading to see which one she's more into for right now, who's the better at getting at this angle. Hey.
You would probably guess that you're more her speed, Henrik.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine.
However, she wasn't disgusted. She's what?
A little shocked.
I don't understand.
That feeling.
Yeah.
Got it.
A little bit. But yeah, she says, yeah, right away.
Cool. I'll wait for her to come back.
Yep.
And when she does, they're like, oh, thank you so much. Forgive me if I'm taking up too much of your time. I know you're very busy with all the turning going on. Apologize for this, but I came across a very curious item when my family and I were traveling here, and we found an abandoned camp that looked like it had been ravaged by wolves, and this had been left behind. I was wondering, since you seem to interact with many people, and you seem like a very personable and charming young lady that you talk to many people, if you've seen or heard of anyone that was perhaps missing their sword, I'm sure I'd like to find its owner, and I show her the hilt of the sword.
Yeah, why don't you make a charm check?
I'd love to.
Don't forget that you're beautiful.
I know, and she finds me attractive.
You rakish boy, you.
Mm-hmm. Charm check.
There's a 1 in there.
I can't reroll that 1.
Am I still injured, by the way, at this point? Am I down to 1 injury instead of 2, or?
Yeah, so basically, when you basically wake up tomorrow, you will be of perfect health.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it wasn't deep at all. A 3,
13,
which does replace the 2. Yeah, so it would be 13. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's hilariously enough, that makes it 3 degrees of success.
Oh, perfect.
You just needed a 3.
I love this.
Yeah. So she's like, oh, yeah, I actually know who owns that. Yeah.
Dude.
He was in here a while back. His name was Terrence or something. He had taken the time to show me the hilt. He bragged that he was used to be one of Stannis Baratheon's men.
I saw the sigil.
Yeah. Back before Robert claimed the throne, and King Robert, he told me they crowned the wrong Baratheon. Stannis, now there's a man.
Terrence.
Yeah. Basically, and then that other bloke he was with shooed me away and took all them boys up.
Very rude of them.
Yeah, Terrence was with he had a group of people with him, mercenaries.
I see. How long ago was this? Because we didn't see them on the road.
A few. Oh gosh, it's not been that long. Yeah. So she basically gives you a rough estimate of the time that would have been
Does it match up with like how dead or like around the scene? It was like, hey, we saw them like 5 days ago, and the bodies looked like they were there for about like.
No. She says a lot longer than that. She says, a few. She's like, like I want to say 2, 3 weeks aren't really a thing in Game of Thrones, but yeah, she's like, about about 2 10 days.
10 days, yeah.
Yeah, it's about 2 10 days ago, around there.
They have 10-day weeks. This is weird. All right.
Well, there are no weeks. There literally is just there are no dates. It's just like this is the 5th day of the 4th moon. Like that's
got it.
System. But yeah, she's like 2 10 days ago, around there. She probably can't count past 10, so that's generally the reason a lot of people do that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, he was, he liked to brag a lot when he talked to me. But that guy at night kind of came in, took them all back around that time.
Another night, not Terrence said.
Oh no, Terrence wasn't a knight. No, no, Terrence was a sellsword. He was
some asshole,
along with his other mate, whoever the fuck they were.
Right.
But no, the man who hired them, man who shooed me away, he was a knight.
Also, did they say where they were going? I'd love to return the sword to them. I know I'd dip an air if I lost mine.
No, they were if they had a conversation, I didn't hear it. He was he shooed me away a lot that night.
That's unfortunate. I had a pleasure to talk to.
She just like smiled.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. What was it again?
Gianna.
Gianna
Rivers.
I don't know if I want to ask her about the whole shit with the Danets, because
but she'll just be like, Garth might know more. Garth was here.
Oh, Garth, who's that? You point him out.
He turns around and points to the really big guy with the eye patch. He's here every day.
Oh, see, yeah, hard to miss.
Wait till you get a little closer. Smell too.
Oh.
Yeah, they call him the Barrel. Because
it's obvious why.
Because yeah.
Right. No,
he for sure looks like a barrel.
I'm seeing it now. Yeah, you're quite right in that. All right. Well, I will be sure to do it. Shiana, thank you so much for these drinks and your lovely conversation. I do appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
I'll let you get back to work.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you get it back to him. He seemed to like that sword a lot.
As well. It's a fine sword. So as well.
Nods. And yeah, she'll walk away.
Cool. All right. New target. Let's go.
Target acquired.
Yeah.
Thorsten, do you? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, Thorsten, do you want to go and talk to a man who looks like he's seen a lot of shit?
Also looks like a barrel. Are we talking about the same man here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And smells bad? Oh, yeah.
Gotta make sure you don't open your wound. And as he says that, he giggles while he stands.
Let's go. All right, yeah. I was gonna ask, just do that, like invite like you guys and then Mora to head over with me.
I love that he giggles, not laughs.
Like a little adorable giggle to himself. It's not like
see, all three of you approach this man's table.
Yep.
I will say is
I
that
still got a book in hand, just kind of as I'm walking over to make myself obviously look non-threatening, even though I'm a fucking maester.
Yeah. And I'm hanging back a little bit as well. It's like I'm aware that this is kind of like Henrik's.
Good. We got
Henrik is more charming than I am by far.
That's only with like young, impressionable, pretty girls. I don't know how well I do with everyone else.
You don't know what this man's preferences are.
That's very true. Oh god, I'm getting nervous now.
How dare you prejudge him? Ask for his pronouns this moment.
Yeah, excuse me, sir. How do you identify? Sorry. Yeah, you gotta set a standard. It's important. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you basically approach him. Yeah. And he straightens up, pulls away from his offal and wipes his mouth and looks up.
First off, does he smell bad?
There's a scent.
Okay.
How would you describe this scent?
Yeah, earthy. How's it?
Distinctive aroma. Ammonia.
Oily.
Ammonia.
Oh.
It's a very distinctive smell. I know that smell. Worked in fast food for a while. Okay. Like, oh, excuse me, good sir. Arth, I believe it was.
Yeah. What do you want with me, my lord?
Oh, just want to find a bigger time and see if I can ask you for some knowledge you might have. I was talking to Miss Giada over there, and she mentioned that you might know the whereabouts of the owner of this sword, and I very much am interested in returning it to them. And I show him the sword again.
He goes, they're like, vaguely aware of the. You want to know about the man whose sword that was?
Yes, that would be fantastic.
I don't know his name. He was a mercenary who came in here every so often.
Right.
Vaguely talked to him. But he got hired. You know, then they left.
Hired by the knight that was here.
Something like that.
I happen to say where they were going?
No. I don't know why he was hiring or where they were going, but I offered to join them, because he's paying good money.
Right,
and
very large man, very strong.
All right, easy, kid.
I'm being sincere. All right, sorry, I overstepped. Continue on.
But the only thing I know, it was for an easy job. That's all I know. But which is why I was interested. I heard easy job, lots of money, and I could do that. But he said he didn't. It's weird. He said he wasn't interested in working with locals. Which I'm like, right? No, I didn't trust that man. Didn't trust the fella. But he, no real reason for it other than they rejected me. But
well, is he talking about Terrence or the other knight?
So he's definitely talking about the knight.
Okay.
It seems like Terrence is nobody to him,
right.
But
the knight was the one that was hiring people, and
the knight hired.
Okay,
these
got it.
Swords, yeah.
Okay. Local job. This was
not a local job. He says he didn't.
He said he didn't want locals.
An easy job. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. That was just me as Aaron thinking like, all right, might have been a local job then if he didn't want locals for reason. Connections.
He didn't. Well, I mean, if you want to know more, my ale's pretty empty right now.
Knew that was coming.
Yeah. All right. Go down.
Oh no! You have to spend a penny of your vast fortune.
Real inconvenience, No.
Yes.
I'll flag down. Yeah, get around for the table again. I'm like halfway finished with mine. I was like, damn. All right. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. If you get an ale in him, he will just take it. He won't talk again until he's finished it, which doesn't take long. He's like,
it's fine.
He's
wildly impressed.
He just beer funnels it in.
Wow. In his mouth and
he just gets that in, and he's like, and then he just burps, and it's a bassy burp. Some stuff comes out of his mouth as well.
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
better out
me
than
turn.
in, eh?
Indeed. But, alright. As you were saying, trying to get him back on topic here. So, that the knight wouldn't hire you because you were local.
No, he said he didn't want to work with locals. No, yeah, he was, yeah, I didn't really trust him. What do you want to know about him?
Well, I'm very interested in knights. Be one day. Did he have a sigil on him?
Yeah, he did.
Was it?
As a fox.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Sorry, Aaron. Okay.
Yeah, there's a field of green fox on it.
Oh.
Would that be a status check to know who that is?
Maybe breathe.
You said last time. I don't know if I have to re-remember.
No, Vivian
No?
knows. Yeah, no, it's a dying house called House Archay.
Okay. I remember
They
that.
have vaguely in the past been tied to a sort of pseudo. It's by all accounts it's just a story that a bard told. But a lot of people linked that story to House Archay because they're the only house that have a fox symbol. So they're like the Fox Knight, and they're like, "Oh, from House Archay," and people are like, "Sure."
The fox is cool, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Got
I
it,
mean,
got it.
yeah. So, but it's a dying house from that was basically a night house sworn to the Tyrells. But in the rebellion, shit went real bad for them. No, you don't know what your mother didn't tell you what happened specifically, but they're basically like no one would if someone said, "Oh, by the way, all the Archays are dead," tomorrow everyone would be like, "Oh yeah." like no one would be surprised.
Like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, oh, some of them were alive. Huh, okay.
Oh, I didn't know.
Cleans that up. All right, cool.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, yeah, no, he was, tall, middle-aged, humorless man. I was cracking some jokes with the boys, some grade A stuff. Man didn't even fucking blink, like a priest. He was that type, right? He would.
Yeah.
He's not the man who's seen the type to normally ever even set foot in a tap room. Was it a religious type?
Pious man. I see.
No offense. Are you a priest? And he's like looking at you, Thorsten.
Oh shit!
No.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit.
No, I am not a priest.
I guess I do.
So you just wear that, cuz?
I'm a maester.
Oh, what?
A maester.
He's like a healer and a very learned man.
Oh, excuse me. And you're not, but you're not a priest.
No, I am not.
Fair enough.
That's that.
Right. Yeah, no, he just didn't. No, religious type. That's what I thought.
Makes sense then why I didn't laugh.
Right, exactly.
Did they happen to say where they were going?
No, you asked that. I don't know.
Oh, I did. Sorry, forget about that.
It was just I heard mention of an easy job and lots of money. He
Yeah.
said he didn't want locals.
They didn't
So-
come back though. Like after
Well, not since. My guess is they had got, enough money to piss themselves into a stupor, and they've either moved on to greener pastures or they haven't come out of their stupor yet, or maybe they're dead. I don't know. Kind of just shrugs. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know any else. Meg was here. Maybe she could tell you something.
Oh, here we go.
Fetch quest.
Fetch quest after
You
fetch
sure
quest
this
after
isn't the
fetch
game of D&D, Tony? Right now, it's starting to feel like let's go talk with them. Love it.
No,
though.
it's a game of WoW.
Yeah, he basically says like the people who work here were there the night he was there. If you really
That
need
makes
to
sense.
know. He goes, by the way, though, I mean, how much for that sword?
This one?
Yeah.
So what we found, was it lying like, I know it was in its sheath. Was it lying near a body?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Alright.
giving Henrik a look.
Yeah, I don't
Just
Point quid.
think I could pass without it, with like going back with like.
Yeah,
the
he's
box.
basically the equivalent of like $5. Like
for this nice.
like that scene in the
$5 for the
Mandalorian
Xbox
for like
kid.
yeah, 20 credits for the helmet. He's just like-
I'm afraid I'm sort of honor bound to try to find its owner before I can part with it. At least give it an attempt.
Well, by your leave, my lord. And he just goes back to his awful.
All right. Cool. End the conversation. I think I got all I need. Shoot. I want to try to ask Nick. We know where they ended up. They all died, but we didn't. I don't know if the bodies were so messed up, but did we see someone that looked like fit the description of a knight or so much? I know the bodies were like ripped to shreds.
Well, all of their equipment were still with them, and none of them had any kind of shield or standard.
Okay. And this guy did, so
yeah,
might still be alive. Like,
they were also all killed in their sleep.
I remember that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if we would have seen something with the show. All right, cool. I think I'm good. Anyone else? If we all have to meet up with our parents and share our information in the collective huddle or in a group as we do, see what we found.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anyone else talking to anyone else?
That night is that your question?
Yes, this night.
Okay, I think
This very night.
This singular night that we are here.
I think after, if we regroup a little bit, Clary's going to want to stay up and wait till the bar clears out and discuss with Meg a little bit. But that can wait till after a break or however you would like to do it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Then I would indeed like to go on a break. Our break. We find out a little bit of information here and there. So we'll see what happens next after we come back from the break. It'll be just about 15 minutes or so.
Yes, we will.
Stick with us. See what happens in the next half.
All the things.
All the things.